All right, everybody. Joe Nelson here for Bring Me the News. Just out here doing a little weather coverage as we drive through downtown St. Peter, Minnesota at the moment. High school off to the left. I'm going to be taking Highway 22 or 99, excuse me. Going to go east here for a little bit to try and get over towards the town of Cleveland. One place you don't want to be when you're out chasing storms is in a river valley, because a lot of roads are cut off, and monitoring the storm is just not as easy. Also, reception could be an issue as we cross the river right now into LeSueur County. There are some severe thunderstorms just off to the west-southwest of St. Peter, and they are moving into an environment that has greater wind shear and better potential for some significant severe weather. Now, whether that's tornadoes, significant hail, damaging winds, that's all to be determined. Right now, these do not look to be discrete supercell thunderstorms. They are shaped in more of a line. And according to the National Weather Service, that is indicative of a greater hail and wind potential and brief, what they call QLCS tornadoes that are generally not the long-lived, strong, long-track tornadoes that have been hyped up pretty big with this severe weather day. But as these storms move into a better environment, we could see things change. So right now, I'm kind of driving away from the line of storms and just trying to get into a better position for when they may really ramp up. The last thing I want to have happen right now is go get hit by some 40 or 50 mile per hour winds and some pea-sized hail with the line, and then fall behind it and then get stuck in the heavy rain and not be able to catch back up, because these things are going to be picking up pace as the jet stream strengthens this afternoon and evening. And that's why these things could be in part so nasty throughout the rest of the day. So stick with us. I'm not going to talk the whole time, but I will provide some commentary and try to get you some good views of what's happening here in Minnesota. If you have a radar on hand, you can see that there is a tornado warning. Looks like it's up into headed up in towards the St. Cloud area. It was warned by Forest City, just north of Litchfield in Meeker County. That's northeastern Meeker County, which is about 80 miles due west of the Twin Cities metro. That cell is moving off to the east-northeast. It is still tornado warned. I don't believe it's been confirmed, but radar indicated for sure. That's just not as ripe of an environment for the strongest storm. So I'm really watching this line that extends from basically New Ulm down to the I-90 corridor back to the southwest towards the Iowa border. And these cells, if they can split up a little bit, will really have a potential to work into an atmosphere that is terrifically ripe for some pretty potent weather. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Where am I? I am just east of St. Peter. I've entered western LeSueur County, and I'm going east on Highway 99, headed towards the town of Cleveland. Xavier, what's up, buddy? Tell Kent I say hello. Really grim, dreary out here as we're out ahead of this line of storms. By the way, if the feed cuts in and out, that is to be expected as we're, in a live mobile studio, so to speak. So it should come back in if it does happen to pop in and out. So bear with us if we have some feed interruptions. And also, as I'm driving, I'm not able to check everything that everyone back at Bring Me the News headquarters can. So please go check out our live severe weather blog. Everybody back there in the headquarters, they'll be updating that as the situation unfolds. If you're in the southern half of Minnesota and east of that line of storms, good chance you're in a tornado watch until later this evening. That has been issued. The Storm Prediction Center said about an hour and a half ago that this area that I'm in right now, as these storms head to the east into southeastern Minnesota, is most ripe for the EF2 plus strong tornadoes, and that would be the strong, intense, damaging tornadoes that can produce the most significant winds as we come into the town of Cleveland here. I'll pull into town here and just kind of turn around and give you a little bit of a view of what's coming up behind us. You can see on the flags there, the winds are just whipping. But let's pull in here. This little park. All right. So I'm looking off to the southwest. And we can kind of hang out here for a little bit and just monitor this line as it works its way into a better environment. I was watching some coverage earlier today, and a lot of the storm chasers who do this on a day-to-day basis and they travel the country, they were saying that once those storms reach the St. Peter area, they could really start to erupt. So we'll see. See if I can share with you some of the SPC information. Yeah, so the tornado warning cell up near Kimball, moving towards the St. Cloud area right now, is based on radar, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour and producing 2-inch diameter hail. Nasty. And the hook on that storm is going right through Kimball area. I'll share this with you since I'm pulled over here. I can kind of I'm in Cleveland, Minnesota, just east of St. Peter. Let's pull this up here. Let me share my screen. Okay, hang on. All right. So let's see. Add this to the stage real quick here. Yeah, this is at 3:45. The National Weather Service in the Twin Cities mentioned the tornado warning near St. Cloud, and they also had a radar update, just recognizing the Twin Cities, Buffalo, Shakopee, St. Peter, Mankato, Faribault, over to Owatonna, 4 to 6 p.m. That's your threat range zone for timing of these storms. Not everybody's going to get hit. Not everybody's going to get hit hard, but some places certainly could. And then those storms will continue to be in a really good environment for pretty potent results as they continue to track northeast across southeastern Minnesota. So Okay. So, yeah, this is the name of the game. It's just kind of a slow grind. But it could ramp up here as these storms approach. And if you are a weather and sports lover like I am, the first 4 days of this week are rather incredible. You get a pretty rare moderate risk, level 4 out of 5 on the severe scale. Obviously, nobody's rooting for damage or anything, but these types of days are rare around here, so it's really interesting from a weather enthusiast perspective. And Tuesday night, the Minnesota Wild have a chance to knock out the Vegas Golden Knights, and they're dropping the puck at like 8:30 instead of 10 p.m. That's good. Wednesday night, we get to see Luka Doncic and LeBron James likely go home for the last time this season as the Wolves advance. Thursday night, hopefully the Wild do the same to Vegas. By the way, I usually get just the best storm chasing advice from meteorologist Sven Sundgaard. He is in Barcelona, Spain right now on a little vacation. So he experienced that nationwide blackout over there today. He said it was crazy. Just insane. But he does have power back now. And I think I'm going to go a little farther southeast, maybe towards Janesville, Elysian area. Yeah, I don't like the northern side of this storm the way it's looking. I need to get a little farther southeast, so let's kind of cook towards Janesville. That doesn't mean Janesville is going to get clobbered, but it seems like it's a better target area. Let's ride. Look at these flags just ripping. Look at that. Big time low level winds out here today. Okay. Love rural Minnesota. Gotta love the country. And I don't know what it did up in the Twin Cities today, but the sun did come out down here. The temp down here is much warmer than I think it is up in the metro. I think about 74, 75 degrees down here. Dew point in the mid 60s. Tweeton's one-stop shop. Just went by that. Cleveland, Minnesota. There's the Church of Christ. An old house with a farm truck. Old 50 Chevy. You see the towers up to the south of me here. You got to wonder if there could be some storms developing out ahead of the line. Those are the ones that the Storm Prediction Center could be really nasty today. So we'll see. That could just be some volatility in the skies, though, because it is the winds are whipping. I am heading due south right now. So what you're seeing on your screen is directly south. And the storms are off to the west and southwest. Still a long ways out from Rochester, by the way, these storms are. I'm southwest of the center, east of St. Peter, south of Cleveland, northeast of Mankato. Let's see, how far from Mankato am I? Probably what, like 20 miles or something like that? Not 15 miles. I'm about 15 miles northeast of Mankato. It's only 4:16 in the afternoon, so this is right about when the models were suggesting things would really start to intensify. And it's happening as these storms enter a zone that has some maxed out tornado parameters. So again, not everybody's going to get drilled, but if you're in southeastern Minnesota, heads up. See, lots of people are out here just kind of watching the weather today. It's becoming a more and more popular hobby, I think, for a lot of people to get out and see the storms. By the way, I don't know what it is, but there's some parts in this world where it just seems like severe weather's attracted to them. This is not science. This is just my 2 cents on following these things. But it's like you get around like Waterville and Elysian, Morristown, it feels like the storms are always gunning for these small towns around Waseca. I was out here storm chasing a handful of years ago, and there was a tornado that went, just a weak tornado that went through, I think it was Waterville. Man, that was nasty. And I feel like they tend to get hit a lot. And now this line is kind of coming in that area. So be on the lookout if you're in these areas out ahead of the line. Mankato, Fairmont, and eastward. That line is right now on a line from St. Peter to Mankato, Fairmont, and it is moving east-northeast. Is Rochester a concern? Yeah, later on for sure. Rochester could get some stuff later on this evening, likely after, I'd say after 6. And it's also possible a rogue cell develops out ahead of the line. So you got to have your guard up today. No guarantees, but be ready. Marshall, Minnesota. I went to college at Southwest State. I know all about weather in Marshall, Minnesota. It is windy. Winters can be nasty. And you get a lot of those late night mesoscale convective systems ripping through. Just a lightning show out there in the middle of the summer. Historic Marysburg, Minnesota. That's where I am. Never heard of it. The Soarin' Faribault, yeah, I'd agree with that. Faribault always seems to be under the gun as well. Madison Lake, Minnesota, population 1,247. If you need a grill, there's one on the road. All right, we're going to head west for a little bit here on Highway 60. And this is going to go into the teeth of the storm. But we're going to dive back to the southeast as to not get rocked by the storm and stay out ahead of it before it... It does look like these cells are starting to separate, by the way. And if that happens, entering this environment, we could be on the hook for some nasty stuff. So looks like there might be a couple of big-time supercells trying to separate. I'm going to go for about 3 miles here and then jump on Highway 14 and go east. Your first tornado watch ever? You must not be from around here, Gabrielle. Oh, we have a confirmed tornado. Tornado on this storm that's approaching our area. Confirmed tornado at 5 o'clock. I'm sorry, the warning's in effect until 5 o'clock for Blue Earth, Faribault, and Martin counties. At 4:24, a confirmed tornado was located near Ceylon, or 8 miles southwest of Fairmont, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. These things are cooking. All right. That's not the storm we're on, but that's right down by the border, southwest of Fairmont. So a confirmed tornado down there, and this is what I'm talking about. It looks like those two cells are trying to separate. They're all in a line right now, but it does look like there's some separation happening. And if that happens, we could be looking at two big-time supercells capable of producing tornadoes. And that's a confirmed tornado southwest of Fairbolt, or Fairmont, sorry, not Faribault, Fairmont. The National Weather Service Twin Cities saying we have a report of an observed tornado looking west from Fairmont. Take cover now if you're in the area. All right, coming up here on Highway 14, we're going to pipe to the east. Pretty dark off to the west. Going south, by the way, Highway 16. Now we're going to go east on Highway 14. Highway 14 is busy right now. I'm looking west right now, and I mean, I'm never going to be able to turn because there's so much traffic, but can't really see it here. My view, but starting to see more lightning off to the west, dark skies. And don't worry, I'll get turned around here so you get a good look at it once we get settled in just ahead of this storm. If I can ever turn. What is it? Everybody live on Highway 60? All right, there we go. Janesville, 7 miles. Waseca, 20 miles. I'm 34 miles from Owatonna. Man, that cell west by Fairmont is absolutely ferocious on radar. Holy smokes. Just a ton of lightning on it. We'll see if this northerly cell, it looks like they're splitting, like I said. If you're in the Lake Crystal area, it looks like it's trying to ramp up there as well. Not seeing any velocity signatures on radar or anything, but you can tell it's starting to get that look. To the south, I-90 look wicked. Tornado. It's Glendorado, Santiago, Minnesota. If you're in the Twin Cities, do not let your guard down. Storms could explode. But there's nothing imminent for the Twin Cities. Still early, though. Tornado watch is in effect. So right now I'm just trying to get a little bit out ahead of this storm as it matures in this more wicked environment. I don't know if I'll take this ride all the way into Janesville. I might pull off short of Janesville and see if I can find a spot to kind of just sit and watch this thing come in so you can all see it as well. Just entered Waseca County. Don't get Wizard of Oz. I watched that new movie, Wicked, with my daughters. Shout out Ariana Grande, pretty good. I guess I will take this all the way into Janesville. Do I think it'll go through Chanhassen? If something develops in relatively short order, that's entirely possible. But like I said, I don't think there's anything imminent for the Twin Cities right now. I think I found a good spot to pull over here and give you a good look at what's coming. I believe it was Tommy Lee Jones's character in No Country for Old Men. One of my favorite quotes. He said, "You can't stop what's coming." It's truth. You can't stop it. All right. Yeah, this will provide a pretty good look. Pull off to the side. Here's some storage units. All right. Grab my phone and take a look at what we got going on here. Okay. All right, if you're just checking in, I'm in Janesville, Minnesota, which is east of Mankato on Highway 14. There's a line of storms to the west. The northern half of it is no longer severe, so while it's pouring in Mankato with a lot of thunder and lightning, it is not severe right now. That could change as it works its way into a really favorable environment. But if you go down by Fairmont, there is a confirmed tornado. There was anyway. And that thing is spinning like a top. That guy's in a hurry. Minneapolis is in a tornado watch. Anything is possible. Nothing imminent. Oh, the northern side of this storm just got warned again. So, yeah, like I said, Mankato, now you are in a warning. Mankato, Eagle Lake, Madison Lake, Cordova, Waterville, Montgomery, Le Center, Shieldsville, Warsaw, Kilkenny, Elysian, all these towns are in the severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. 1-inch hail and winds up to 60 miles per hour possible. The warning was issued at 4:38 p.m. It is moving east at 50 miles per hour. And this thing could intensify. So hold on. And I'm in Janesville, so I'd be looking at the southern edge of this thing off in this direction where you're looking right now. That would be the southern edge of that incoming storm. And if it intensifies, that's the southern edge that would potentially start to spin. Not seeing it yet, though. Maybe a little indication over by Eagle Lake that we're starting to get some rotation. You know what? Yeah, let's be smart. Let's go up to Elysian. Too far away from that southern storm. 10 minutes from Elysian. All right. That's what we're going to do. Turn around. heading towards Elysian, because that is the part of the storm that looks most concerning in my eyes. What up, Casey's? I hope the feed is holding up pretty good. I'm literally streaming from a hotspot on my cell phone, so not bad, huh? Though what do I know? I'm not watching the stream. God, I love small towns. Look at these beauties. Liquor store, auto body shop, grain elevator. That's what it's all about. Real Minnesota. And a Subway. Oops. I got to turn around. I missed my turn. Oh, is it glitchy? Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, if you're by Eagle Lake, just east of town, the latest radar scan looks like this storm is trying to do something. And again, it's entering an environment where anything is possible. Well, there's no tornado where I'm going, but I'm going towards a part of the storm that certainly could spin up a tornado as it enters this part of Minnesota. More ripe, more wind shear, better conditions. gosh, if you're down there by Grenada, Fairmont, Winnebago, Amboy, those are all in line of a very intense tornado warning. And that was previously a confirmed tornado down in that area. And that's to my southwest. Right now I'm on the northern part of the storm, and I'll continue to track this northern part of the storm, which is under a severe thunderstorm warning for a little while longer. But I might dip south to the more intense part if that storm to the south is going to eat up all the juice. Because that appears to be the dominant cell at this point. But things can change rapidly in these conditions. Stop right here quick. Give you a little bit of a look. water All right, sorry about that, everybody. Had some bad service for a second, but we're back up. I'm just east of Elysian, headed towards Waterville. Again, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. But that radar looks absolutely wicked. Very nasty bend to the southwest, down by Good Thunder towards Mapleton. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to turn around here shortly, give you a good look. Down by Waterville, as ironic as it may be, there's a lot of water. And with a lot of water comes a lot of trees, a lot of hills and valleys. So this is not the ideal place to get a good visual, but we'll only be in this area temporarily. Stop over here and see if I can get a good look here. Just into Waterville, baseball field down there. Okay. I'm going to go into that baseball park, actually. It's called the Willie. That's a great name for a ballpark. Sweet. I think it flooded really bad last year. All right, so getting a good look at it here. Storm west of Waterville. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. Further southwest, there's a tornado warning down by Amboy, Winnebago, headed to the northeast towards Maple Plain, or Mapleton, I should say. Again, nothing imminent for the Twin Cities. The Twin Cities could dodge a bullet here today. There's a couple of cells north, one tornado warned up by Princeton, and there's a non-severe storm by Buffalo. Keep an eye on that one. But then there's nothing all the way south until you get back down towards like New Prague. And that's where this big line of storms is. And I'm near Waterville here. Let's take a look. I'm just taking a look at the latest radar scans. See if this will show up on the stream for you guys. Yeah, so I'm that blue circle in Waterville, and that's the line of storms headed in this direction. I'm just to the east of it. Very nasty cell down by Winnebago, headed towards Mapleton, and you see that nasty curve in the storm there. It's going to be interesting to see if these things can isolate at all. Because like I said before, and like the National Weather Service has been saying, if these storms remain in a line, you're less likely to have the discrete supercells that are capable of producing the long track violent tornadoes. You can still get some nasty stuff, but we'll see. Oh, thank you, Mac. They're so beautiful. God, I love spam. Yeah, so these storms are moving into a pretty ripe area for tornadoes. You see this? This is the significant tornado parameter. And that is right where that nasty cell to the southwest, it's moving into that area. I think I'm going to dip southeast and monitor that. I mean, this whole area is ripe for just wicked stuff, but it does look like that southerly cell is the southerly mode of the line anyway, is the dominator. But then again, there is a big bend in that line that's coming up towards this area where I'm at right now. Trying to figure out what the next move is. You should go check the live blog at bringmethenews.com right now. I believe they're going to put an update in any second of a tweet from a storm chaser or just a random person who was seeing some vortices down by Winnebago, Minnesota. You can see the dust spinning up in the field. But keep an eye on that live blog. They're going to have all kinds of stuff in there throughout the evening. There's a report of a funnel cloud west of Princeton. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, I mean, these right now, the best tornado parameters with the ongoing action right now are over 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah, they're going to be in that southeast quadrant. Even in the metro, they're still high. If a storm gets going there, that could be dangerous. But really, I'll show you on the screen here. If you see the pink area there, the white, the pink, that white is basically off the charts, maxed out, significant tornado parameter. That means there's potential for things to really go crazy. And that's where that potent line of storms is headed. And I'm kind of on the northern tip of that. So, and also, let's see here. The old laptop having trouble staying charged. Great. Well, if I dip out again and I'm not able to come back because of a power issue, I will be getting video and sending it in, and we'll be uploading that to the live blog, just so you're aware. See the shelf on that storm coming in towards Elysia or Waterville right now on the stream. Yeah, Richfield, they're not doing anything yet. I live in Richfield. Nothing there yet. Yeah, I'm right outside of Waterville. I'm by Willie Field. Parked at Willie Field. What to do. I'm definitely going to stay on this line as it approaches Owatonna and those locations. That's where that significant tornado parameter just goes nuts. So, and that significant tornado parameter right now is still very high in this area. It's just that we are in line mode and not discrete supercell mode. And I don't know if we're going to get there. Watch out around Janesville. Looks like there might be a little bit of a wrap up down near there. Winnebago, multiple reports of a tornado down by Winnebago. I think what I'll do is I'm going to hang out kind of in this area, and I can dart south as this approaches. And if I can get this computer to charge, that would be lovely. I don't know why the power source is not working. Yeah, I've got a road I can dip straight south if I have to, and it would be ideal for any potential spin up within the line. Get out and feel the air for a minute. Smells like cow poop out here. starting to get a little more lightning. A little more thunder, a little more lightning. It's not frozen. It's just that nothing's moving. Yeah, let's go south just a hair, okay? See what we can do. I really wish this would charge. That is really frustrating. That's starting to look pretty nasty as this line comes in. Trying to give you a view of the right side. Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks like there could be a spin up coming up in the Janesville area soon. It's got that look on radar. Nothing guaranteed, but it does look like it's trying to tighten up in that area. And that would be one of those QLCS tornadoes, likely a brief tornado, if it were to do something. Nothing imminent, though. All right. Now you're getting a good look at it. We're just on the leading edge of this thing. I think I can get a pretty good view here pretty quick. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. This would be a good spot to just pull in, give it a look. Right about this cornfield, bean field, whatever it is. All right. All right. Just south of Waterville by a few miles. Here's what's coming. I'm the blue circle right there. And this little bulge here is what I'm kind of looking at. You never know what something like that might do. Although it does look like the leading edge of this. Isn't all that surface based. Something back in there could be, though. Ooh, big bolt. Get the camera out of the way. The phone out of the way. Boom. There we go. Yeah. We are tornado warned. You heard the beep. Tornado warning in this area. I'm by Waterville. Take shelter in a basement or a sturdy building. How about a car in a ditch? Not ideal. Okay. Yeah, the part of this storm that's warned is coming right at me. So, be pretty careful here. And this is what I was talking about. This is just that little twist in the line. And it would be coming from there. That's a grumpy thunder. Nasty lightning on the south side of this thing. Whew, she's mean. I would think the part of the storm that's rotating would come up right in this area. Might even be this little finger right there, that little area. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think it might be a little farther this way on the radar. Yeah. A little bit, like a little too close to this. Boom. See the rain curtains ripping through here. Maybe a little hail coming. Yep, we got some hail. Oh, here comes the wind. Look out. Oh, yeah. That thing is like right on us. That might have just come right over the top of me there. Oh, yeah, that's nasty. Look at that. That's definitely the rotation right there. I think. Lots of hail. Look out, Waterville. I think that rotation came right over top of me. I don't know that it was a touchdown. But that was intense for a very brief period. You can hear a roar. It was really hard to tell if it was a tornado or not, but it's tornado warned, and that bad boy is wrapped up, and the rotation just went right over the top of me. All right, let's head east. Hang on 1 sec. And again, we're going to lose this stream here pretty quick. Battery's not going to hold out very long. So, kind of timed that out just perfect. Let's head east and see how this thing does. Because it is still spinning. That was a whale of a rain curtain if that wasn't a tornado. You saw that on the stream. I'm glad I moved. And that thing, I told you, that thing just popped up. And that's how it works on these days. A QLCS tornado like that can just boom out of nowhere. Oops. Camera down. So that's tracking just south of Waterville. I told you earlier in the stream, there's something about Waterville. Everybody be safe. Look at the lightning out there. Like I said, these storms are entering a nasty environment. The significant tornado parameter is off the charts. And my stream is going to go down pretty soon here. My battery is not charging. It won't charge. We're running out of juice. If you're in the Morristown area, heads up, it's coming your way. I need to get on an easterly road here. Heads towards Morristown. That's what I'm going to take here. See clearing to the west already, behind this line. And I think the rotating part of that storm went just south of Waterville. I'm going through Waterville right now. Five miles from Morristown. And there is still some rotation